Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Um, I hope everyone's doing good today. Whew. Let me get my phone. I kind of feel a little bit sick, but I think I'll be okay. I got me a big old cup of tea to make sure I'll be okay. So today we're going to be well. I'm going to add more details to this illustration. I was doing this yesterday, but yes, I'm going to be coloring yin today. I needed that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share the live and stuff. I'm almost there. Give me 1 second. I hope everyone's day is going well. I don't know why it's not doing this. Okay, so let's start this process. Where I left off yesterday, because I put out a video, like a small post on my Instagram, TikTok, and stuff like that, of me drawing yin here. So I'm going to, I think, yeah, I'm going to just add details on the glove and draw some pants on them. Yes, I forgot to do that. Do that now. Or I'm just going to do this instead. I'll just have all of this be black right here, and then just probably clean it up and add the white parts, I guess, on here. this instead. Let's see. Because I'm not gonna make it super detailed on the glove. Honestly, it looks like a boxing glove to me. So I'm gonna just probably keep it as is and just darken up certain areas and like certain lines and stuff. I'm sorry, I think somebody said something in the chat. Hey Reaper, what's up? Very lo-fi, yeah. I tend to like a lot of chill beats and music like as I draw and stuff. To be honest, I wish I could play my Radiant Lotus playlist, but yeah, I can't do that. Instantly we get copyrighted. At least with some of this stuff, it's I believe all of it is copyright free, if I'm not mistaken. Dog smoking sticker. Okay, you and that, you and that dog kills me every time you send it in the DMs. I just be cracking up. Just had to make sure. Just had to make sure you knew who I be. Oh, I'm already knowing. I know who you are just based off the name. But I do appreciate you stopping by. Like for real, I appreciate that. And I ain't gonna lie. To be honest, when I was drawing this yesterday, I was like, do I even want to make something out of this, like content wise or whatever? Because what I was really gonna do was just do just a color illustration just off stream and just post it and go. But I was like, no, let me actually make some type of content or whatever the case. How's the illustration going? It's going fine to me. It's going good. It just is. I think this will help. Yeah, let's do that. Just put that on top. I say do the light stuff on stream and keep the deep stuff hidden so it's harder. Wait, so it hits harder and the art connects with your audience more since they're watching. the behind the scenes. True that. It's the major stuff. Like, okay, for for this is nothing major. It's just me doing a color illustration of a character that I barely draw anyway. So why not just do like something for them and stuff. But the major stuff, don't get me wrong, I will do some stuff for like on volume two and show you guys the behind the scenes and stuff. But like certain panels and certain pages that are major, I'm just not gonna show. Like I'll go about it that way and stuff. But I still want to make. Well, let me not say I still want to make. I need to make. I need to make content for Radiant Lotus because I need to push it out more. In my opinion, I feel like if anybody go on my page or whatever, you will see Radiant Lotus off rip. Like that's all you're gonna see. So it's like okay, cool. But I still need to have a lot of more like different videos and content and stuff like that for people to indulge in. Not just like the panel works and stuff. Probably some animation here and there, or I don't know, a Q&A. You know what I'm saying? Like something different. I'm just trying to stand out. So I guess that's why I'm probably doing the streaming stuff. I'm just trying to figure it out stuff as I go. Right, since Yen is dot dot dot, and there's probably not going to be a flash record anytime soon since you're pushing the story forward right now. I'm not going to make a comment to that because I don't want to spoil anything. So I'm just going to keep my mouth closed on that. But yeah. But what I do know is, well, I can say this much: the childhood stuff, I'm just not going to say nothing about. So yeah, don't expect nothing from that anytime soon. But some stuff will be said in the next volume that involves yin. I will say that. And yeah, just keep it like that. I'm gonna just keep it like that because what I can't say it because if I keep talking, I'm going to school, so and you might catch on, so I gotta be quiet. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna say nothing else about it. That's why I went with that because I don't want to spoil none either. I can't wait for his vacation return. Oh, me either. Me either. But yeah, you will see some of him in chapter four. I think yeah, four, five, six, and seven actually. All four, all of the four brand new chapters and stuff. That's gonna be in volume two. Even though I'm looking at the reference for the glove, right here. Let me circle so you can see right here. I'm really not going exactly for it. I guess I'm just doing my own way. But I'm looking at the highlighted areas a little bit. But hey, just gotta keep drawing. Just I ain't gonna lie, for the past few days, I have not been drawing as much as I really wanted to because work has, oh my God, work has been something. But I'm glad I'm off today and I think, a 4 day weekend, so I get to chill all weekend and stuff. I'm most definitely gonna be drawing and probably not probably most definitely making content and stuff. So I'm trying to actually get back into the groove of doing that. Let me see. I can't wait to read it when you drop the second volume because I'm definitely gonna I'm definitely gonna reread volume one when you get to the last part of doing volume two. Or last parts of doing volume two. Hell yeah. Okay. Real shit. I'll let you know then. I'll let you know when I'm like. Uh, I'll let you know when I start chapter 7. How about that? Because out of all the chapters that's coming out, chapter 7 is the longest. Like, it is the longest. I think it's 70, it's either 76 or 78 pages. And it's because of the way I do my paneling now, and especially for this arc for volume 2, because the whole arc is going to be told in that volume. It's a lot of stuff that I did differently. And I just explored a lot of new stuff. So yeah, like I don't know. I feel like I'm just channeling my inner manga artist, just being creative with the paneling choices and the pacing and the cinematic shots, heavy on the cinematic shots. So yeah, damn, 76 pages. Yep, 76 pages. Just like in chapter 1, I still can't believe like I did. I think yeah, 114 pages long. I think it was 114, 115. Let me hold on. Let me look at my volume right here. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I got that accurate. So I don't want to send nobody off if anybody's trying to read the series. Yep, 114 pages. I was right. 114 pages for chapter 1. And what's crazy is like I was literally, well, I'm still an indie artist, though. I'm an indie mangaka, I'm an indie artist, indie writer, all of that. But for that to be the beginning of my manga career, as someone who did not even know how to make manga for real, I just said, fuck it, let's do it? And boom, I really dedicated myself to do 114 pages for my first chapter because at first I was like, I don't want to do it that long and this and this and this. Like I was really fighting with myself with that. But I just said, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna tell my story how I want to tell it, and behold, look what happened. So I feel like with certain like parts of the story, yes, it's gonna be long. Certain chapters may be longer than others. Some chapters may be shorter than others. Like, let me say this: in Arc 3, that is the first long form arc of Radiant Lotus that's going to be told. Now, the pacing is going to be different for people who are watching this now or just watching this in the future. As you know, for people who do read the series, the chapters are long. The chapters are kind of long, like 40 some pages, 50 pages, whatever. They're long, and it's because the story is calling for that. But in this new arc, after arc 2, which is volume 2, arc 3, the pacing is going to change. The chapters, I told myself I want to have a maximum of like 32 plus pages, and the minimum probably like 28, 29 ish because of what's being told in that arc. And it's a certain event that's going to happen. And I'm just going to shut up about that. But yeah, it's something that's going to happen that will be talked about in volume 2. And the pacing choice is going to make sense, you know? And plus, I feel like I'm going to be able to write that, you know what I'm saying, in a good pacing way for y'all. So you don't got to worry about the pacing issues. I'm about to work on some real soon. If things go right, I might be able to do some music for you. Back, say less. I'm learning how to make beats myself. Well, I don't think every chapter needs to be the same length, anyways. So I like the idea of because same here with that. Because I feel like on certain parts of the story, it's certain stuff that has to be told. Yes, it has to be told. So you tell it. But I feel like I feel like the vast majority of stuff you really don't have to explain super much. I said super. You really don't got to explain a lot about it. Like you don't have to go super deep into it necessarily. Like you don't have to do that unless the story calls for it. Then that's a different story. But if it's nothing like that, in my opinion, because I know we all write differently and stuff like that. I just don't see myself doing it. Like if I could just explain it in probably like 1 or 2 pages, boom, that's cool. Keep it pushing, or whatever the case. Because it's more stuff that I have to tell in a chapter or whatever the case. Enough of my yapping because I'm over here reading these comments and I'm supposed to be drawing this handsome man right here. But I'm just too enamored by the comments right now. This is good questions in conversation. I wonder what kind of music I'm gonna make, or if I end up working with people and stuff. You might just do both. Low key, I see nothing wrong with it. I see nothing wrong with just making music for yourself, or you know, for other people. You're getting your stuff out there some way, somehow. So I feel like both options would be nice. Getting his foreign, yes, he is. He is one of my. If I have to rank, thing, I can't rank because it's a certain character that some people don't know, and I don't want to spoil that for the volume, so I'm gonna shut up. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna just darken up certain areas, and then I'm gonna get to the coloring process. Cause I don't think I have to add anything besides just clean up certain parts or whatever the case, and add some more shading and darken up certain areas. Oops. I forgot. Did I go live on YouTube as well? Yeah, I'm on. Okay, it's Twitch and YouTube. You said the one from the end of Volume 1. He my favorite. Which one? You talking about? You talking about Hami? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you're talking about Hami because that's the only one for real, who you really see like that of importance um besides Mondo, and that's pretty much it. You don't see no, well, Zaylani, I would say, but other than that, you don't see no other characters like that, like their actual faces and stuff of importance. I think so. Yeah, him. Yeah, you talking about Hani, the blind man with the locks. And speaking of him, I was actually doing a art piece of him a long time ago, but I just never finished it. I just never finished it at all. He's probably one of my favorites. That's good. I hope that he continues to be your favorite because he's actually one of my favorites as well. But I feel like personally, it's a few characters you're gonna meet in Volume 2 that I think you're gonna really enjoy. Honestly, let me fuse all this together. I love white hair locks. Yep, and it's well, I wouldn't say it's gonna be more like that, but it is a few white-haired people out there. It's specifically one that you've seen before. You have to go back and reread certain stuff, and you will see. But there's one in particular. Something is going to happen between those um, individuals. And just know any character you probably see in the background or whatever the case in chapter 2, because that's where you've seen a lot of characters in a sense. Because I did learn from one of my mistakes in Volume 1 because I did not draw like the village life as much as I should have. And I wanted to redeem myself with that. So there's certain characters that I'm sorry, I'm trying to focus on this. There's certain characters that you will see in chapter 2 that may play a significance in the story, or like some type of important lore thing in the story as well. So just keep that in mind. And it's also something I do want to say as well that someone had told me before. Actually, multiple people told me this, and I do appreciate them saying that. They basically told me like I never seen a manga with like the majority of the cast is black, and I was like, really? Which before I even started drawing Radiant Lotus, I did not see any manga like that with a lot of black characters as like the main cast. I did not see that. Now, not to say that I'm the first person to do it because I'm pretty sure I'm not. It probably was other artists out there and curators that probably didn't make it into the mainstream or whatever for the whole masses to see. But I'm pretty sure it was people in the past or whatever that did have, like a comic, manga, or, whatever with a cast of majority black characters. But I remember when I started drawing Radiant Lotus and stuff, or not even necessarily drawing it, just coming up with, story ideas. I told myself I want to have a story that's centered around black people because I'm black myself. And I want to just mix everything with it in a sense and just see what I come up with. And I came up with Radiant Lotus. A lot of like concepts, a lot of things that's going to be said and, talked about in the story real soon, like literally real soon. You're going to be like, oh my, really now? And I'm like, yes, really. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. When I do that. At least that's what it. Wait, hold on. I didn't even know you commented. Yeah, I could have. Wait, yeah, it could have been better, but I don't think you really did bad. It was more of a storytelling experience issue. Yeah, that is true because that was. I didn't. Hey, in my opinion, when somebody read that to me, hell, like when I read it, I just see it as this artist or this creator has a dream and they want to accomplish that by any means. Let me see. At least that's what it seemed like. At least that's what it seems like to me, and I think you'll get better after. Oh, trust and believe. I got better at it. You're gonna see in volume two. You're gonna see a major upgrade with a lot of stuff. You're gonna be like, oh shoot, this dude been working. Yes, I have been working hard. You're gonna see that. Most definitely gonna see it. Samurai Champloo and everything. Black Dynamite are kind of mostly black. Yeah, that's the I heard of them before. I've just never seen it. And I do remember and what was the name of that show? Static Shock. I probably got it wrong. I don't know. I can't remember. But it was of that dude with the locks, and he had the lightning powers and stuff like that. It's probably Black Dynamite. Who knows? I do not remember because I used to watch it all the time. But I do remember seeing like cartoons and shows like that or whatever. But from what I'm Yeah, Static Shock, that one, yeah. But for what I'm talking about like in like a manga aspect, not like the American, cartoon or whatever the case may be. I'm speaking from it for like a manga aspect. I have not seen no manga, which I don't expect no manga artists in Japan to make a story about black people. Like I just don't expect that. But yeah, like I want to see more stories like that in that demographic. Actually, I really do. I feel like it'd be dope. Honestly, I ain't even gonna lie to you. So that's why I just been low key pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing because I actually want to, one day I want to have, there's definitely backstories though, like, yeah, I know that, yeah, but I'm talking about like more than just that. We need more than just that. Like, I get it. Like, it is probably shows and stuff like that, which I did heard of that when I saw it before, yeah. But versus any other show or whatever the case, let's just be honest, like, I have not really seen a lot of, me personally, I have not seen, you know, I have not seen a lot of, what am I trying to say? I have not seen a lot of black, like, majority cast or whatever, like in like a cartoon or like an anime. Well, let me not say a cartoon, yes, but like an anime or whatever the case, like something like JJK Hunter x Hunter or like Berserk or some shit like that. I have never seen that, and that's what I'm speaking about. Like, I'm not talking about the American cartoon or whatever the case. I ain't talking about that. Probably nowadays, now with the indie creators and stuff, yes, there is a lot of black characters, black animes and stuff like that, which I'm here for that. Yes, here for it. And I hope and pray that a lot of people who are doing that, um, I'm sorry, my brain is moving so fast. I just hope and pray that we all get discovered or whatever the case, and we get our work in the mainstream out there, regardless if it is an anime or a cartoon or whatever the case. Like, it don't matter. I just want more black art from a lot of black people, black queer people like myself, or just black people in general. I just want to see more black art out there. Because music and stuff, I get it. Everybody wants to, do music and stuff, which is nothing wrong with that or whatever the case. And, keep going at it. But I want to see more black writers. I want to see more black illustrators, more black video game designers, you know, more black sound engineers and, more black directors and cinematographers and photographers. Like, I want to see more of that, is what I'm trying to say. I haven't either. I think this manga is going to be great for the black art community. And I feel like it will be the way I'm going at it. I feel like it will be. I really do. Because I ain't even gonna lie. Because I know I told you this before and I'm just saying it for the stream and stuff. Because, who knows, like, it could be anybody out there who's watching this or whatever, who wants to make a story or whatever the case. You don't have to be black or anything. Like, it don't matter. Anybody out there who wants to make a story, you can do it. Because let me just tell y'all something. Long time ago, I I was drawing a lot. This was like 2010s or whatever the case. Then I stopped drawing or whatever. I watched this one anime, Hunter x Hunter, as everybody knows, I always talk about it. That kickstarted my interest again in anime and, just being a nerd again in a sense because I lost myself like during that time. So if it was not because of my brother and Togashi Sensei and his work, I probably would not be doing this stuff because I told myself when draw, I draw for me, of course. You know what I'm saying? But I don't draw for other people. I don't make a story for you. Well, let me not say for you. Let me not say it like that. I don't make a story to fit your needs. I just don't do that. I make my own story. There's a message that I'm telling with Radio Lotus that I want a lot of people to understand. Because like I said, like during a time in my life, I was, I ain't gonna lie, I was depressed. I was going through a lot. And it was a question that I asked myself. I was like, Vaughn, you seem so broken and stuff like that right now. Like, what is going on with you? And At the time, I just did not know, or whatever the case. But eventually, I found that answer. I'm not going to share the answer because it's personal. But but yeah, the main question of like Radiant Lotus, in a sense, for me, or for anybody who read it or whatever, this is coming from the creator himself to you. When you're broken real bad, life has dealt you some messed up cards, and you just shattered, just shards of glass on the ground. How long would it take you to put yourself back together? Would you put yourself back together? Do you have the willpower to put yourself back together? Even if life keep messing with you and doing crazy stuff, you know, are you still able to pick yourself up and keep going no matter what? Regardless of what path you may end up on or whatever the case, are you still gonna try to fix yourself or like fix your destiny or whatever the case, or change your fate or whatever the case may be? That's basically the whole question of the story. And you're gonna see a lot of that in the next volume. um, hey drag Fang. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Hey, any plans for a big arc and oh yeah. I just talked about arc three. It's a big arc. I'm not gonna spoil anything, and I'm not gonna say nothing about it. I just, I want you guys to read it, especially arc two when I release volume two. When y'all read that, because I'm not trying to say too much about that stuff or whatever the case. So yeah, I just want y'all to, read it when it release. But arc three is gonna be one of my first long formed arcs that I'm gonna tell. So there's that. Okay, so I'm all Gucci with this. All right, now we're gonna color. Um, I colored Yin before. I just do not remember what his colors were. I think it was his. Hold on. Where's my folder tab? Here it is. For any artist out there who's digital, please name your layers and organize them. Please do that. Because if only you guys can see certain layers in the manga making process, you're going to be like, Vaughn, how do you go about navigating that stuff? And I just tell you this, I just click on any layer, boom, okay, that's that. I got to do that. That's literally how I go about it. Okay, them layers scare me. Yeah, at first when I went digital, they scared me too. I ain't even gonna lie. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. But I'm used to it now. Okay, guys. So we're going to color. Let me see. Where's my volume? See, this is why I love having this physical copy now. I can see the actual color of him. Oh, learning the layers are very easy. They're not hard. Trust and believe that. They're not hard at all. And you guys are seeing some of my references up in my thing. Y'all probably saw the thing. I don't got no reference in him besides this volume. Y'all probably saw volume two cover. Well, that's the old version of it. That Quan show illustration is really good. Thank you. And I can't wait until you guys meet him. Like I can tell it's older work, but I think it was really good. I appreciate that. But yeah, I can't wait till you guys meet him. The other cult members as well, because man, when I say them other cult members are insane, especially Zaylani, I really cannot wait until I write more of her in the story because she is very, she's deranged, but with purpose, with purpose. And it's a quote I have said like for her arc, like her backstory or whatever. I'm going to start it off with, and I want the viewer or reader to come up with their own, their own answer to why she acts the way she acts. This is really sad. I ain't even gonna lie. It's really fucked up. But what happened to her? She did not deserve none of that. But when you live in the world of Radiant Lotus, it does not care. One bit. I feel like I'm using his wrong base color. I probably am. Let's see. Yeah, let's just keep it like this, and I could just darken it up with the other stuff for his shadows. I love watching your art style grow. I appreciate that. And same here, because to be honest, I was looking at some of my old work in my sketchbook days when I was a traditional artist. And just to see what I do now is insane. Like, I grew so much. A JJKI world, yes. JJK Berserk, Tokyo Ghoul, hell, Loki Vinland Saga in a sense too, with certain aspects, if you want to name a few. But I feel like the JJK aspect, y'all gonna see that stuff in the next arc after Volume 2. Because when I tell you guys, the story is not stopping. It's gonna continue to go. Like, yes, it's gonna be some breathing room or whatever, but the way I planned this whole story out and paced it out, and yes, the story is planned out from start to finish. It's just me having to execute everything and just drawing it honestly and just writing the story. That's all. Because I have the outline for everything how I want the story to go. I just gotta do it. Do you ever copy the colors for like skin or hair colors? What do you mean? Like, do I guess take a picture of like somebody with that skin tone, or find the color of that skin tone and copy it with like the little this thing, like the specific. Oh no, sometimes I just guess honestly. Like if I feel like, oh, okay, I like that, I go for that, or if I want like a darker tone or whatever, I just like, oh, okay, let's play around. Oh, okay, this, da 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 da. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Then keep it like that and just keep it pushing. I just be guessing, even though I know a lot about color theory because I went to school for art and stuff like that. It's yeah, it's yeah, it's a very important skill for you to have. I just blah, like that's how I feel about it. It's like blah. That's why I tend to just do the black and white or the gray tones, to be honest with you. I tend to just do that because it's so simple with the values and stuff. But with color, it's a completely different thing. Very different. And it's just so tedious. That's the best way I can put it. Okay, that's the base. Now we're finna get into shadow. And the best part about it is I already mapped out things. It is already mapped out where the shadows gotta be. So all I gotta do is just, in a sense, trace over the shadow areas and then fill it. That's all I have to do. And let me save because sometimes my computer will literally just close out Clip Studio Paint for no reason. You can play with it basically. Yep. You also animate on the same software. Yes, I do. I'm sorry, I had to drink that tea, but I can actually show you. So just go to new, and we got the animation stuff right here. You know, I I have my own preset, call it simple. And if you want to animate, I have a workspace for it, but I'm gonna do that probably another time because I actually do want to draw this and finish this if I can. Oh yeah, Clip Studio Paint. I always tell people this: if you want to take your art seriously, you can go to Photoshop or Adobe Animate or Adobe Illustrator or whatever. Or you can even use Blender, which is free. It's a free animation software, 3D, a 3D software as well, 2D art or whatever. You can just get Blender and do it for free. But if you want to make manga, that is, or have that professional like animation, like studio type of thing or whatever the case, Clip Studio Paint EX, not the Pro version, EX version, I recommend anybody get it. Especially if you get it on the desktop because you have it forever. You keep it forever so you have everything. And if you do want to, like use the new updated features or whatever the case, which like even on the base, you really don't even have to use the updated features. Like it's really good just by itself. But I have an annual pass to use like the new updates and stuff like that. And it's a lot of cool features on there that I use and stuff. We also have the asset shop, which I can show you right here. There's a lot of assets that I have. Like if I struggle with a pose, I can just hit a 3D model or whatever the case. Like I'm gonna just do this. You know, it's kind of, but yeah, but it's not subscription based. No, you could or you could pay for it just on a one single use. The only subscription base that they have is when you want to get like the upgrade, not upgrade. It's like an update pack or whatever the case. You necessarily don't have to buy it unless if you want to use some like cool features for like 3D models and stuff like that. Like you don't have to buy that if you don't want to. You could just get the base one and call it a day, or you could just get it for free and just use the pro version for free if you wanted to, or just buy the pro version or whatever before the EX version if you just want to do like some casual art or whatever the case or whatever. You can just get the pro version for free to be done. But I do recommend anybody, like I said, if you are like looking to do, anime, manga, or like do like your own magazine stuff, because they have a feature like that in here. Your own webtoon stuff, they have a feature with that. Then I recommend you get Clip Studio. Because honestly, the only softwares I used when I started my digital art journey, the first one was Medi Bang Pro. It's like Clip Studio Paint in a sense, but it's like a knockoff version, but it's free. And then I had used Blender for a while, but I just never got the hang of Blender, so I was just like, bump it. And then I end up just getting Clip Studio Paint because I saved up enough money to get it, and rest is history after that. I've been, oh my god, I've been drawn on the wrong layer this whole time. See, stuff like that happens. He said, yeah, I don't think I'd be touching 3D. I just want my own stuff. Then, if I were you, just get the Medibang Pro or Blender and be done. So you don't have to spend no money or whatever the case. If you just want to hone your skills, then just get a free art software instead of just spending all that money or whatever until like, oh, okay, my skill is like this, woo, woo, woo. I feel comfortable like making a manga, for example, a manga or whatever, or okay, let me try to animate or whatever the case, then you can just go about doing it like that. But I do recommend any new digital artist out there, try a free art software so you can get the hang of how an art software is going to operate. Because all of them are different. They're not all the same. That much I can tell you. They're not all the same. I definitely like to do a short form animation. Most definitely. And even with that one too, even if you don't feel comfortable, like right now, like getting Clip Studio, you can always use Blender because Blender has everything for free, literally. Now, to me, Blender is different from Clip Studio Paint, so I don't know much about it. I'm still learning the ropes around it myself, but they do have a free option for, animation and stuff like that. And did you know, like a lot of video game um designers and stuff, they actually use Blender, and a lot of like the professional studios and stuff like that, they use Blender. They use it, especially for like the CGI and the 3D model stuff. They most definitely use Blender. Yeah, Blender is tough. All that stuff for free. But the only thing about it is, it's very, to me, it's complicated because I'm so used to Clip Studio. Like I feel like if I went to Adobe Illustrator, I probably would get the hang of it because, it's similar to Clip Studio Paint and even Procreate too. Like I had a friend or whatever the case, he used to be on Procreate, and I'm probably gonna add our shadows over there. I don't know what to tell you. And I remember he let me like try it out or whatever the case, and it felt cool. Don't get me wrong, but I was like, I prefer my Clip Studio because I'm just so used to it now at this point. Like Clip Studio is really a good software. I had this for When did I go digital? I can't remember. I think I went digital 2020. So yeah, it's been 6 years. Yeah, it's been 6 years since I went. Yeah, it's been 6 years since I went digital. Don't feel like it either. I'm glad I did though. I remember I used to be like, I just want to be a traditional artist. I don't want to do the digital stuff. And look at me now, doing the digital stuff. But I will say I do like the digital art more than traditional, if I could be honest with you. But the only downside about it is if technology, were to mess up right now, no more digital art for me. I would just have to do the traditional, which I can. There's nothing to draw on paper, for real. But it's just been so long since I actually drew on paper. I'm gonna try to at least ooh, yeah, just keep it normal. I guess. I'm gonna try to stream for like I guess an hour and 20 minutes. Let's see if I can get this done before then. I doubt I can, but let's just see. I like to I like to test myself. That's a perk of mine of becoming a manga artist. To see if I can draw fast and not mess up as much, then boom, we golden. And also for people who are interested in my series, I forgot to say this. You can click the link in my bio if you're on my YouTube channel. You can click the link in my bio to check out volume one of Radiant Lotus. You can read it for free, or you can purchase the first volume, the physical copy, if you would like to. And for my Twitch people, you just go to my Instagram, or you can just go to any one of my social medias, ArtByVonn, and you can click the link in my bio there, and read the series for free if you would like, or just you know uh, show your support by buying the physical version of Volume 1. Because Volume 2 is going to be here really soon. probably gonna keep the opacity down because I feel like if I have it normal, it looks weird to me, like it's too dark. So I'll just keep it like that. And I probably will add highlights. Yeah, I probably won't get done with this in the next 20 minutes. I don't know why I even said that. He probably just looked like that because I'm not used to drawing in color like that anymore. And then I still got to add the highlights and stuff like that too. That's probably why I feel the way I feel. You just gotta trust the process. You gotta trust the process. I'm not even gonna lie. I low key outdid myself with the line art, and he looked good with the color though. You know, it's coming along. It's coming along. Out of all the male characters so far, Yin is the finest one to me. Well, let me take that back. It's another one. It's another one. He is very, very well. Fuck it. There's three of them. There's three of them who's very handsome. But number one is Hami. Oh my gosh, Hami is just so handsome to me. If he was real, I would just fall to my knees. With that right there, that is a handsome black man. Did you hear me? When I designed Hami, I was like, oh yeah, I cooked. I cooked with his design. I ain't even gonna lie. And what's funny is a lot of my designs to me are very simple. Like I don't make my designs super complex. I just don't do that because I ain't gonna lie. Like when I first started back drawing, I told myself, I said, hey, when you make characters, try to make the characters easy to draw so anybody can draw them or whatever the case. If you make them complex or whatever, or that's fine because I do have a complex character who will make an appearance like later on in the series and stuff like that. But the design overall is very complex. I might have to change that unless I find a way around it. But yeah, I want to be able to have, my supporters. I don't like to call people fans. That's just me. So if you consider yourself a fan, you're not a fan of me. I don't ever want you to consider yourself a fan. You are a supporter of mine, and I greatly appreciate you, like for real. But like for my supporters who do want to do fan art and stuff like that, I want to be able to have characters that are very easy for y'all to draw. Not saying that a lot of people don't know how to draw or anything, but I wanted to make it simple enough. So, you know, if anybody want to do a quick fan art, there you go. You could just do it. This is very simple with the characters. Honestly, like when you look at them, you can break them down really, really simply. Color, that's right. And what's crazy is I never colored Yin before. This is my first time coloring him. And I don't know what his eye color should be. Let's just go for this one since I'm already right here. Let's just see what it look like. Hmm. I should make him gray. Fun fact, when I was my mom told me this recently, and I low-key kind of forgot about it, but now I'm probably gonna make his eyes gray. When I was born, my eyes were gray. I did not know that. I did not know my eyes were gray when I was born. But eventually they end up turning, into like a brown or whatever the case over time. But when she told me that, I said, "Wow." And like in the back of my mind, I was like, "So I had the six eyes," but the heavens had took it away from me. What you said? Oh, you said I'm a fan of your work and a supporter of the artist. Okay, so when you put it like that, okay, okay, I could fuck with that. I could fuck with that. Okay, and I could just do this for the shadow. I don't gotta do too much. Just keep forgetting I gotta use this one. How long have I been streaming? Oh, 1 hour and 11 minutes. I'm probably just gonna add the shadow to the glove, and if I feel like adding any more stuff to Yin, I would do so. But after that, I'm probably just gonna end the stream, and I might stream later actually, because I'm off for work for the weekend. I have nothing. Well, it's not Friday, but it's my Friday. um, I have nothing planned or whatever the case, so I may just hop back on stream later, or whatever the case. I may just stream on Twitch and my TikTok because I've been streaming on YouTube for a minute now, and it's like, okay, I need to stream on some other platform. So yeah, I'm probably gonna stream on Twitch and TikTok. And what time is it? 2:21. I'm gonna make me some. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make dinner later after I eat. I'll most definitely stream again and stuff or whatever. Let me save this too, so just in case something happens. And I probably may add some more little hatching stuff. And I have noticed the way I be hatching, I hatch just like, no, let me not say just like, because I know where I got it from. A lot of older mangaka of how they used to draw and like do their hatching and stuff, I know for a fact I got it from them. Mainly Togashi Sensei, because that's my favorite mangaka ever, and I would die on that hill. And also with Gege Akutami, even though they are, because I don't know if that's a man or a woman, so they're a new gen manga artist, but the way that they draw is like, Hunter x Hunter. That's why I feel like I fell in love with it because it reminded me of Hunter x Hunter, and the story to me was really good. So even though the ending is kind of meh, but I do appreciate the series, honestly. And speaking of Hunter x Hunter, I might actually rewatch it for that inspiration. Because JJK, I did rewatch season one all the way up to season three, part one, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot how much I love the series. I think I want to draw seriously like the creator. I say go for it. Because I don't know his name, but he's a very good artist. And he's a seinen mangaka. Like, I love seinen art because it's so detailed and rich to me. Even though I know my style is my style, but I do try to go for like the realism a little bit, like the realism mixed with the anime stuff. Seinen artist, yes, it is. Like to me, I don't like to say like which one is better, like shonen or seinen art, because both mediums and both demographics and genres have dope artists off the rip. But however, I have to say seinen art, it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna just say a few manga that you need to look at and check out and just look at the art. And I know it's more. Number one, Berserk. We all know Berserk. Berserk got that beautiful art right there, man. I ain't gonna lie. The art is beautiful. So beautiful. Number two, I believe the name of the series was what is it? Please don't tell me I forgot. Because it's on hiatus. It's called Vagabond. When I say Vagabond is like a fucking movie, it looks really good. Like hell, like even in the beginning, like you could tell it's rough, but as the story keeps going on, that art is incredible. It's incredible, and I feel like I don't know if it will ever get an anime because I don't know if any studio will be able to do that. If I could be honest with you, I said Berserk, Vagabond. What's the other one? It's called Gantz. Gantz. Even though I ain't gonna lie, the premise is interesting as hell, but the manga because I had watched the anime and it stopped at a certain point, so I was reading the manga. That shit is insane, and the art is amazing, so fucking amazing. And the last one, I'm drawing a blank on it. I had said Berserk, Vagabond. I'm losing. Oh my god, my mind. Berserk, Vagabond, Gaunt's. Shit. Loki, Vinland Saga, Tokyo Ghoul. To me, Tokyo Ghoul is not a shonen. That's the saying it right there. But I say Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul art is very beautiful. Like that art is just so beautiful to me. But enough of my yapping, because I have just been yip yapping, and I'm over here supposed to be doing this drawing. But I ain't gonna lie, I do appreciate you commenting and stuff like that, having these engaging conversations. Hold on, you said both of you. I feel like shonen is meant to be less detailed. Yeah, because shonen is mainly just the action and fighting and shit like that. Like that's literally what shonen is, in my opinion. Like it's for boys. That's literally what shonen means in Japanese is boy or young boy. That's literally what it means. So it's aimed towards the younger children, of course, but it's really just fighting and adventure and friendship and shit like that. Can it be dark? Yes, because you see it. Chainsaw Man, JJK, Hunter x Hunter, low key, etc., etc. Hell, even Yu Yu Hakusho. I really like Cowboy Bebop. Or yes, dude, Cowboy Bebop art fucking amazing. The anime vibe, 1000%. Animation is fucking amazing. Art direction fucking amazing. Whoever directed that shit, I hope you're doing well in life because that anime was so freaking good. It was so good. I just did not like the ending. I was like, why did I don't want to spoil it for anybody who never saw it. But I was like, why? Why? Tokyo Ghoul used to scare you. It did. Interesting. I think Chainsaw Man goes from shonen to seinen. As someone who did read a lot of his work, of Fujimoto's work, it stayed in the shonen. It did, but did it have the seinen elements? Yes, but it was like a dark shonen in a sense. But it did have the elements of the seinen. I will say that. However, Fire Punch. I don't even know why that was even in Shonen Jump. In my opinion, it was there. But yeah, that to me was a seinen because when I read that, I said, "What in the hell did I just read?" Like for real. But it was good. It was a very good story. Like the beginning, very shonen, but the longer it goes, the deeper it gets. Yep, that is true. That is true. But yeah, I'm gonna end the live. I just been sitting here yapping, barely touching this handsome young man right here who finna whoop some ass. um, I'm gonna add probably a little bit more detail, like not detail, but a little bit more of like the hatching and shading at certain areas and shit, and then probably in the live like that. If you guys like what you see, leave a like, comment, and follow me for more streams and more art videos and stuff like that. To show your appreciation, which I would greatly appreciate if you do. Um, you can click the link in my bio to check out Radiant Lotus Volume 1. You can read it for free, or you can purchase the first volume to show your support that way, or whatever. So, either way, it's okay with me because your support is still greatly appreciated no matter what. If if you want to follow me on my social medias, it's all Art by Von, ArtByVonn. As you can tell on the stream overlay at the bottom left, that is my username, and you can find me there and all my stuff. And what else? Oh, I want to shout out to everybody who has joined. What's up, Mukamaru? What's up, dude? I'm finna, I'm finna head off stream anyway, but I'm glad you still joined. But I do want to shout out to everybody who had came through the live and stuff like that, and for people who have been supporting me since the beginning, and I'm talking about the people that actually supports me. I do appreciate y'all 1000%. To be honest, if it was not because of y'all, I probably would still not be doing this. I probably would not be doing this stuff at all. So, I just want y'all to know I do appreciate y'all like 1,000,000%, infinity of percent, like that ass. And who else? Oh, I want to shout out to my brother as well. If it was not because of you, I would not be doing this either. If you would have never introduced me to Hunter x Hunter or, like anime in general, I probably won't. I probably wouldn't even be like doing art. I probably would have never went to school to get my art degree and stuff like that. So, I do I appreciate you, like, for real. Whenever you watch this live or video, or if it ever come across your page, just know I do appreciate you for that. And boom, let me see. Let's do this. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it looked decent. So this is what it looks like without the color. Dope art, thank you, man. I appreciate it. So yeah, this what it's all like without the color and stuff, just the line art. This was the reference that I used right here. So let me do that, and so you can barely see it, but yeah, that's the reference. I think I got it spot on, even though I didn't draw the other arm and stuff like that. But I got it kind of spot on, and that's the color. But I'm gonna head off stream again. I do appreciate y'all for stopping by. I will be back streaming later on, probably tonight because I'm off work until next week. So yeah, expect some streaming videos or just me going live and stuff like that, or just some type of content being posted. And yeah, I will see you guys